first South America LAN victory if he's able to go the distance. Here we go. It's game one on Brawlhaven.
Well, as we already talked about before, you got the king of games, but as Sparky is so commonly dubbed it, Vamos Brasil! You have Flores out here playing so strong throughout the entirety of this weekend. South America is completely out here, and I think Flores is just continuing the show. Nobody can sleep on Kaya. Like, we've already seen it from Impala, and even with the changes, this legend is still working just fine.
We've seen it from Impala, and we're going to see it from Impala later today.
It could be a winner's finals mirror match.
We've got Pearl, that epic crossover for Kaya. Almost said Impala because that's how much I've least the character. But here we go, Sandstorm getting him that side, that double nair from Lores actually. And so Bo neutral aerial is really good at knocking players off when you can't, off the top of the stage, when you can't get that D-Light recovery. And Lores is really doing a fantastic job catching Sandstorm's landings.
He is smothering Sandstorm, and Sandstorm has been very good at catching any of his starters. They're really good on D-Light anti-airs with Spear all weekend, but the play that he needs to happen right now is to get back on stage just with the scythe. He's going to, gets the reversal Sair.
Yeah, the reversal Sair is huge. Dips down for that down air, goes to the ground pound, and actually was close to get the sweat beats. That nair, one more above the stage will knock out. And that neutral light into neutral signature read doesn't work out. Lores lands onto the ground, takes Sandstorm off the top, but he's very close to being knocked out here. I think that one of the few, I guess you could say, weaknesses of Mirage is that, unlike having a weapon like sword or boots or whatever, you don't have that downlight that hits grounded.
Yeah.
That could lead into an easy knockout here. So let's see if Sandstorm has the ability to knock out Lores here on this last stock as he sends him flying away with that pummel.
Yeah, a lot of, there we go. There's that anti-air again. Talk about it before. He's been so good at catching jumps on everyone all weekend long with that D-Light. So even though you don't have a traditional D-Light like you're saying with sword, he's been so good at landing them regardless. And a lot of the damage is also coming from the site. This is what we know him for. This is what he's been doing with the Mordex, and now it's been transitioning right over here this weekend.
All right, and now he's got Lores off the side of the stage. He's been really trying to go for these ground pounds and dares, but Lores has been so fantastic playing around the scythe on the edge of the stage. That downlight goes all the way out there, and Lores, without a dodge, doesn't get grabbed. Sandstorm had to go for the neutral air there, goes for the dare instead, misses, and Lores makes it back with the D-Light. Double D-Light, kicks him off. Can he get the third? Goes to the ground pound, the recovery hits, and the edge guard still happening.
He's still pushing right now. That recovery off the wall, and he tries to catch him on the way back on with the neutral light, but Lores going high that time, gets away with it. But Taza, what was the last time Lores got a hit? It's been quite some time.
It has. And now it's Sandstorm going for that down sig, was expecting a dodge and a dash hit something, a second down sig, two down sigs in a row. He's really, I love this. Lores punishing it, but Sandstorm, at least with his return to competing in 2023, has been picking up characters where he feels like, okay, this signature attack, nice there. That signature attack does not have a lot of end lag, and then he likes to use and abuse it. Like we saw that with the Arcadia back in Winters, and here with the Mirage prepared at San Diego. Sandstorm playing fantastic as Lores brings us back and takes the lead after a pretty rough second stock.
Yeah, Lores has always been able to strike first so far, but that's going to be a whip punish on the sidelight, and Lores has been so good at kind of outspacing him all game, but what matters most, of course, is that last stock. Are you able to keep him out long enough to make sure that he doesn't build back this lead, especially with that combo-based weapon?
That's the second time that he's caught the D-Light side air after the sidelight opener. Sandstorm catches with the nair. Lores, low on jumps, manages to touch the wall. Sandstorm not jumping off the downer there, and actually gets caught by the side sig holding left side of the stage, and the crowd goes wild for Lores, taking game number one convincingly over Sandstorm.
Like we said, Lores has the support in the crowd. They all came out here in force, and Sandstorm, being the champion that he is, he's not going to get the same level of support as others, other than maybe the chat, because you already know everybody is out here looking to see when he finally returns to form. But Lores held on to that all match. He never went for that. He let Sandstorm consistently land and fade away without being punished. Finally pulls the trigger on it at the very end. He's able to seal out the first game.
Yeah, and I love the usage of that side signature. Reading that Sandstorm was going to retreat to the edge of the stage, but didn't want to go off stage to go into that corner guard situation, and went right at the edge of that spacing. Sandstorm catches the nair and spot dodges to try to get a reaction from Lores, but Lores doesn't bite, makes it back to the stage, and the sidelight nair recovery maybe. He's so good with the spear, and now he's got him on the side of the stage. The slide charge down, and Sandstorm just like that, deleted in 19 seconds.
You know, something I'm seeing out of Lores compared to Sandstorm is that Sandstorm's getting like his 2 to 3 hit combos, but Lores is getting 2 to 3 hit combos while keeping advantage. He's not losing his turn after getting the damage in.
Lores is playing the scythe a lot like how, or the spear a lot like how scythe players are playing,
very similarly.
Which is why I ended up having that that slip there. Dare comes back to the stage. Sandstorm catches one landing with the neutral light, goes in for the side tick, but but that's not going to knock out yet. And Lores, with the spear pogoing off of Sandstorm, is getting a huge lead in game number 2. Nair almost combos into the side air, and Sandstorm letting a ground pound land on the ground, gets punished by the unarmed Nair. D-Light side air, next one could lead to a recovery, and that will just be the stock Ajax.
Makes the attempt to go for the slide cancel once again, see if he could trip up Sandstorm, going for it 2 times in a row. Sandstorm's got the weapon toss downward though. He doesn't need the pogo. No, just confirms out with the ground pound, but he took a lot of damage before he finally got that stock.
Yeah, and now we have Sandstorm here on the stage. 2 side lights, kicks him up in the air, not doing that strong hit of that side light. Lores goes to the edge guard there with the down 6, swats him off the side air. Nice neutral there. We've seen him, Sandstorm, catch Lores twice going off stage with that Nair. Let's see if we can get the down air finally here at the side of the stage. Sandstorm's edge guard is usually so good, but Lores just so good at getting around him.
Yep, I think he's making him second guess it a ton, and even right there, we had him in the air. Usually his anti-airs have been on point. We're talking about how, like, kind of trigger happy he's been with the signatures. That's been the best scramble option he has, and Lores is playing around it.
Oh, and the dodge into the Sair off that side 6. Sandstorm getting punished for going for these signature finishers where he was saying he believed a lot into them, but so far it's been Lores that's been landing all the signatures, and Sandstorm, okay, nice job with the down sig. You just send the spear into the ground, get all the, in that case, shovels going side to side, and take him off the top, and it does so much damage, so much force. And Sandstorm getting a 4-hit string, but the stuff recovery means that Lores can turn this into a corner guard, but Sandstorm still on the prowl of the side. I mean, it's been 8-9 unanswered hits. Yeah, could this be the game?
He's going in. Does he get him at the ledge? Lores just being very careful. He does get caught, though. He's going to go out there, maybe after him for the D-Light, but he misses out.
All right, Sandstorm sidelights him off the stage without a weapon. He might go for a down signature here to catch the landing. Goes for the neutral sig instead. Net and light into recovery.
Talk about that low recovery window, the low recovery frames on that again. Sandstorm has weapon advantage, weapon toss away, gets the D-Light, and that's going to give him game number 2. We're at 1 game apiece.
I was ready for them to get bonked by the weapon throw on the shovel there, but the downlight actually had so much force on that kick, just sending them forward there, not using the active input to bring them back. Nicely done by Sandstorm there, and he was at a deficit that entire game, and then racked up like 200 of that 370 scythe damage, all on that last stock, and Lores just could not stabilize.
That's the thing with playing up against someone who's been at the top many times before. Lores has been on a tear over the past year, but Sandstorm knows how to play in that last stock situation. They're already starting off this game hot with the D-Lights there.
Yeah, and going back to Brawlhaven every single time, Nair catches him, gets a second Nair, brings it back, and he charges the neutral signature. Is this going to be a 0 to knockout here? Sandstorm goes back to the stage. Weapon finally picked up for Lores with that pogo. He stops him from going down immediately, but Sandstorm's still so close to getting him down there. Even with the extra charge, he wasn't able to get that knockout, but that was such an amazing start to the stock. And yet Lores with the double D-Light side air. Dare he could just take the first stock here. Ajax.
Yeah, fantastic capitalization too. Once that dodge was gone, GC D-Light is free to go ahead and get extra damage, and he tried to go even further with the dare, but Lores evening it back up right away. The Nair gets him back on momentarily.
Yeah, the side 6 for both Mirage and Pearl here, having a similar idea of what they're punishing there. I think a little bit more distance for Kaya, but it's a little bit more precise. Sandstorm does get the first stock. Recovery hits, and the D-Light recovery comes through here. Lores can take him down. Side air. Sandstorm's side has got to be a little bit damaged here, but the neutral light in the Nair side air means Sandstorm gets a ton of extra credit. Side air double Sair, just drifting into Lores, the down air, low on jumps. D-Light kicks him away. Lores ain't making that back.
That was off of 1 burn dodge. That was it. As soon as he caught it, that was over. Sandstorm capitalizing heavy and not just having a lead, but this is the first time he's been up 2 stocks, and it kind of has been his turn the majority of the game.
And that is the Sandstorm effect here in bracket. Sometimes he just runs away with it if you give him 1 dodge. I mean, that's how Sandstorm made his name on the scythe. There are very few players that have obviously have as many tournament wins as Sandstorm does, but have been doing it with the scythe. And that neutral sig sending Lores flying means that Lores has been struggling to get anything started in this game. Sandstorm waiting for that dodge in read, does get hit by the Nair, but he's still 2 stocks to 1 Ajax.
This is why I was feeling confident in Sandstorm before. Weapon toss out, goes underneath it, and gets the wall volley too. Weapon toss up, you are not getting back on that. No way, he sneaks in, but Sandstorm wasn't able to get a punish on it regardless though. Look how damaged he is. He's on his last stock, and it is now gone. Sandstorm moves up 2-1 in the lead.
And I was wondering when those down 6 were going to start working out. Lores has been very patient. He's been playing around, fast falling onto those down 6. I think at least where it comes to the scythe down sig, Sandstorm's hit rate was very, very low. But at that time when Lores was really struggling to get to the ground to get a weapon, or just have this weapon and get something started, we'll see right there, Sandstorm puts out the down line, down signature as the drift back.
Take a look at that damage again. This is why I was feeling confident about Sandstorm going into the set. The scythe looks like the scythe of old. And his spear gameplay was looking good before too, but it has just been something Loris hasn't been able to figure out the last 2 games.
All right, Lores with the cosmetic counterpick here, still on the Kaya, but bringing it out the battle armor here for game number 4 as he is on the verge of getting sent to the elimination side of the bracket.
That's the last place you want to be right now.
Game away from being top 3 here at Dreamhack San Diego. What a return to form for him at LAN. Not being able to get in that top 8 of BCX, but here he is grinding the entire time, but Lores fighting against him from South America against Sandstorm, and Sandstorm trying to get the damage back into his favor.
Sandstorm has been continually pressuring Lores, and he's going to get a free punish right there. Lores works smartly going high and going to center. I'd rather take a soft punish than try and get pushed off stage. And Lores is... It doesn't feel like he's reaching, but it feels like he's trying to find a greater solution with Bo, and it's not been the solution so far to the site.
Oh! And look at that pogo on the edge there. Sandstorm going up the side of the stage to try to get any kind of edge guard. And Lawrence is getting right around to being like, okay, game number 3 did happen, but you haven't stricken me yet. He gets hit by that sider, makes it back. The defense from Kyle working out great. The pogo just enough force to knock him back, and he cleans it up 2-2, but still a dead even game.
Yeah, there's a reason also to never count out Lawrence throughout this tournament. He is the person who sent Luna to the elimination side of bracket. So if you are a fan of Lawrence, you're still feeling good. So far, having a little bit of trouble getting back on, but he is looking significantly better in this game as he chases with that recovery.
Okay, that chase dodge down surprised me. I thought he was going to go for a gravity cancel something, but Sandstorm manages to get out of harm's way. Still took a ton of damage so far. Falling Stair just barely misspaces it. Goes for the downlight on the dodge in read. Second downlight doesn't catch him, but Sandstorm still airborne, meaning that these D-light recoveries can come through pretty soon, but Sandstorm breaks up the pressure, puts in a down sig. Not even a knockout, just to say, get off me.
Yeah, again, between the Scythe and the Spear, that D-sig has been the greatest scramble tool. You are hovering around me too much, go away. It's been so good that D-light recovery is going to close it out. Lores striking back, getting a lead. Not a comfortable lead, but a lead finally here in game 4.
Lores has been so fantastic off of these spear sidelights. You don't get a true combo into that D-light sider, but it's a very tight timing, and he's been following Sandstorm and adapting, right? Because that time Sandstorm's like, I don't want to be D-light sidered again. Dodges in, nice side sig. He dodges in, but he gets the nair from Lores, so Lores is mixing it up and reading Sandstorm so well in the spear that he's keeping this close and in his favor. Now Sandstorm with that downlight has a big combo that he can get started here. Downlight dodge through, and Lores picks up the spear.
Lores needs to do everything he possibly can to prevent Sandstorm from taking one of those return trips back to the podium. Guaranteed top 3 finish if he closes this out. That's going to be a free grab away as he whiffs on that D-light.
Can Lores make it back to the stage? Sandstorm waits for the exclamation points. Does get that nair. Doesn't want wall slip to happen. Catches the landing. He's low and jumps. He does touch the wall, but he's taking a ton of damage, and Lores isn't getting anything started. One nair is not going to be enough. He needs to get a little bit more. 2 nairs, Ajax, though. Then that's a good start, and he goes out for a risky down
I kind of figured he would do it, too. It looked like he was hunting for a big play, but Sandstorm's playing simple, but he gets away, avoids the sear as well.
Lores went for that pivot downlight on those reads a few times. Next time, he might be able to get it. The ground pound comes through. Lores, can he make it back? He does. Sandstorm doesn't go for the second ground pound there. Goes for the side air. That sidelight activates, but kicks him away.
One more D-light, and that's over.
Oh, the sidelight disarms him.
Sent back off stage. Sandstorm trying to catch him on his way back in. Lores is trying to get him out. And that's a free punish! Sandstorm popping up because he now takes that return trip back to the podium here at San Diego.
Wow, and what peace of mind, what patience to see the Kaya down to come there, not dash back, not dodge away, stand still, then wait for the land